Sterling, come in live with me. I'm trying this go live together thing, and it's okay. So if you went in the first one that I posted, I was trying to go horizontal, but it makes you do it like this. Add guest. The copy link. Yeah, Chicken Hawk's doing good. Greg Zimmer. Leroy Diaz. Southbound Pachyderm. Jerome Jones, CB channel member. Jerome Jones channel member. Chief Bray Holler. My Adventures, good morning. Gold Phoenix, good morning. I'm trying to figure out this Big Rich CEO, good morning. She's fine. I'm keeping her cool right now. Wheelburner Express, good morning. I'm trying to figure out how to add a guest. Send invite link to guest. Sterling, I sent you a link. Try that. Yeah, we're chasing storms, Jerome Jones. Oh, here's something exciting. Something exciting is happening. Look at all the utility trucks that just pulled in like an army. I'm trying to give you something exciting, but I'm in such a safe place. At least I thought I was. Maybe this is a sign that something's going to happen. Yeah, I'm the hurricane transporter. Sterling, try that link. I want to see what this does. He probably popped in and popped out. Hit the like, guys, please, for me right now. Look at all these trucks. Oh, Sterling. Wilburn, are you driving? Yes, man, what's happening? Gary Bates. Trucking with T-Bone, good morning. Dee Dee is laying down here trying to stay cool. Say good morning, Abby. Good girl. Isn't she beautiful? Jerome Jones, how is Power Only treating you? Wilburn, are you driving? Is anybody not driving Gold Phoenix? Somebody? Oh, I don't have your number, Gold Phoenix. Can I post the link in here? Let me see if I can post the link in the chat. Add guest. Copy link. Copy the clipboard. I can't post a comment in the chat. Boo. Doggy ball might be stuck in the hole on the floor. No, Gary, she's laying in front of the air conditioning vent. That's her spot. Okay. Okay, Wilburner. Jerome, what are you doing? Are you driving? Anybody that I have their phone number? Jersey Truckers in the house? Cody's Page is in the house? What's up, you guys? This is my hurricane on the ground excitement right now. I don't know what's going on, but all these guys just came in at the same time. Not sure what's going on, but it looks exciting, doesn't it? Are they getting ready, or are they stopping? Let's ask them. Hey, excuse me. Are you guys? I'm on YouTube right now. So are you guys coming in from being out there already fixing stuff, or?
We came down to the store,
Oh, you did?
early preparation, and then they returned us back around.
Like they don't need you guys?
It's not gonna be as bad as they thought. They're not gonna need everybody that gets in here.
Oh, that's positive, because I'm waiting it out. I got to go into Tampa.
That's where we were gonna go. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm worried about if there's going to be flooding or roads closed or.
I can't guarantee it, but from everything we've heard, they're saying the way it turns, it's gonna miss Tampa for the most part.
Oh, yeah, because it hit Tallahassee, and now it's on its way to Georgia. So I should be good tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. All right. I appreciate you guys. All right. Live footage from Ground Zero. Okay. So that's the scoop, you guys. These guys came down to help. And they're from Mississippi, and they've been turned around to go back because I guess they don't need them. So that's good news. They were going to go into Tampa because that's where the hurricane was supposed to hit. Dee Dee was whining because she wanted to say hi to him. She loves people. Like she's dying for some excitement right now. So yeah, they're stopping and rerouting. Yeah, that's what I thought, Jersey Trucker. They were most likely staging to go help in case of need. And so he said that they were all supposed to go to the Tampa area, but they are no longer needed, so they've turned them all back around. So Scorpion Trucker, good morning. Yeah, everything's okay. I just got a live interview a second ago there with that guy. He was nice enough to talk to us, so. They're from the Mississippi Southern Electric Corporation. Teamwork, man. It's great to see. It's so positive. So as you can see, I'm in a very nice, quiet, looks beautiful, nothing's wrong kind of place. But the hurricane, I'm literally on the edge of the storm. The hurricane hit just not too far from me and hit Tallahassee. So I am to the west of Tallahassee. And so, awesome, perfect timing. Okay, so from what I can tell, this YouTube function is in the form of like the Instagram lives. You have to hold the phone like this, and the person comes in on the bottom. But nobody's available to come in and talk, so that's fine. If you are, I'll try to somehow send you an invite, but it's all good. Thanks for coming in, guys. So just trying to chill and finish drinking my coffee in my Snorlord cup. I was just on with Snorlord, and I'm just continuing from after that. Thanks, Gold Phoenix. I am on YouTube, so I don't think I can put the comments up. Trying out this function. It's kind of weird, so not really liking it, but it's okay. We're still here. I either got to hide the chat completely or I got to watch it while I'm going. So Dee Dee's very, very on spot concerned with what's happening. She's on point. This is her get down to business look. CB, oh, it might help if I roll. the air on. Okay, hold on, Garrett. She's dying to go outside. It's so hot out there. We're gonna get that heat out. Yeah, don't make fun of my nose prints on the window. That's what she does. I clean them and she dirties them up. Come on, Garrett. Oh, woo. No. Okay, so Scorpion Trucker says, I caught the tail end of you and Snorlord. Russell Freight Services is in the house, headed to North Carolina. Ooh, be careful. It's that's gonna be a mess, brother. Hang on, she's on my cord. On my cord. Can I have this back, Miss Lady? I'm not trying to be. Sorry. Woo, good morning, guys. It's nose art. T-Bone says it's nose art. She's trying to add her little touch to the truck. Oh, she does. Look, turn this around. We got, I don't know if you can see them, but we got nose art up there, and we definitely have a lot of it on the passenger seat. And I don't know if you can see it, but she's definitely gotten all the way over here. Russell Freight Services says I'll probably be there tomorrow. Got to deliver this load from Alabama to Georgia, then to Charlotte. Yeah, well, this hurricane's in Georgia right now. Like, it's happening. I don't know where you are right now, but please be safe. Please be safe. Scorpion Truckers in Colorado heading to Arizona for 2 deliveries tomorrow, then home. Chief Freight Hauler says, I'm getting a nursery load this evening headed to Alabama and Tennessee. You'll be safe. That's not going to be a worry at all. Yeah, so I'm in a good little spot tucked in between 2 storms. And so it's been pretty calm here. Doty's page says, I'm in Kansas, not a cloud in the sky. All right, girl. Yeah, this has been a little stressful for me because, it's like you don't know what to expect, and it's delaying my load. So that means, delaying my money. And now I have to call these places and see if they're okay to reopen. And of course, you probably know that the storm did not hit Tampa as bad as what was expected, but there's where the storm did hit is between me and Tampa now. So getting to Tampa and making sure that the businesses are still open. And we'll be able to accept delivery. I don't expect none of the businesses are open today. I'm going to make my phone calls here in about an hour and kind of see what I can learn. But the roads are an issue because my path is supposed to be I-19 south, which is along the coast. And of course, that's where the hurricane hit. So those are my challenges today. T-Bone says the invisible glass wipes are awesome for nose art removal. Yeah, I got stuff to clean it. I just haven't yet. Sorlord, the metalhead Viking caveman trucker says, I'm new here. Russell Freight Services says Alabama, about 2 hours from Atlanta. Okay. You know what you're driving into, bro. If you don't, you can watch Snorlord's replay. I think you were there, but he had the radar up the whole time. Wheelburner says Dara's about to kill me. I'm a terrible passenger. I am too. Oh my gosh. I'm a basket case riding with anybody. And I think that's what keeps me from training. And Gold Phoenix trains all the time. Like, God bless his nerves. I'm like, but yeah, driving with my daughter's Wheelburner, they hate me right now. They hate me. because I can't help myself, but I blurt out safety tips, right? The whole time we're driving and then I'm riding. They do not like it. But they drive like, oh my God. I would never put my own daughters in a truck, at least not yet, until they settle down, because they're too much in a hurry, right? Scorpion says, how many more deliveries do you have on that run? I have 5. 5. The first one is in Palm Harbor, which, if you guys look at the map, is not good. It's right on the coast where it got hurricaned. And then I go to a place just a little south of that, and then I go to Tampa, and then it's Tampa, and I'm done. So the biggest thing right now is making sure that we have safe passage and that the businesses are still there to receive. Don't know if any of them got devastated or not. Yeah, and US 19, that's right along the Gulf Coast. 6 Umper Tyrannus is in the house and says that's not the real Snorlord. It might be Adam Bennett. Wheelburner Express says almost attempted T-bone. Chief Freight Hauler says, looks like the remnants will pass south of my house. We're just getting some rain and 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. Good. I hope it misses your house. I hope it misses everyone's house. Like, Russell Freight Services says, oh yeah, last hurricane I was in was 21, Louisiana Hurricane Ida. Oh my goodness. So that should probably make you the hurricane expert right now. Gold Phoenix says, takes more patience than I can express. Well, God bless you, because I don't got it. And I think in life, the older we get, it's more of a challenge to be patient. I don't know. With some things, right? But I don't know. It probably was worse when I was 20. Yeah, it's weird. Old School Trucking is in the house. Says, good morning, chat. I was in Tampa last week on my way up to Albany, New York area. Well, it's a good thing you didn't have all this to deal with. Snorlord says, true, I'm just a big figment of imagination or ghost. I'm a scary ghost. You wish, Snorlord. Chief Freight Hauler says, messed up my vacation, though. I was supposed to be on Anna Maria Island until Friday, but had to come back yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, you were, weren't you? That stinks. What did T-Bone say? Wheelburner Express, get her some chicken. She'll be fine. There's the tip, guys. If your wife is about to kill you, just buy her some chickens. T-Bone's got it all figured out. His wife, I think, is having the time of her life with their new chicken coop and the new chickens added to the family. Go check out T-Bone's channel. He shows the most amazing chicken coop I've ever seen. She is doing it so beautifully. And apparently T-Bone has a new piece in his house. Sounds like. So yeah. Hit the like on the way in or on the way out, if you would, guys. Scorpion says, back on the road now, sister. Thanks for keeping me company. Do you sing? I like to sing a lot. I don't know if it's suitable enough for, public listening, but I love to sing because it's in my heart, right? So I love it. Why did you ask me that question, Scorpion? Doty's page says, so now it's Wheelburner. Throw him out, Dar. Trucking with T-Bone says, oh yeah, there's a new T-Bone tip. There you go. Wheelburner says, Dar's driving, but says hi, T-Bone. Hello, Dar, if you can hear me. I'm excited to learn what Dar's been up to lately. It seems like she's been pretty busy. So, Wheelburner, I think you're due for an update video. Just saying. So we still got 2 utility trucks here. Looks like they're heading out. They're getting fuel over there. And shout out to the utility, to these guys, right? Shout out to these guys who do everything to keep us safe and running and doing what we do. I'm not ready, Scorpion. You can't just you can't just get Shannon singing on demand. I'm drinking coffee. Okay, this is what's going on here today. I'm waiting out the storm. I'm hiding from it. It's quite amazing that I just so happened to pick the safest spot I possibly could have picked. So, as you can see, there's many other drivers still sitting here waiting. And until I make my phone calls to the receivers, I really, I got no business trying to move or do anything yet today. And so, due to probably traffic holdups and whatever's going on, and these guys got to have the roads clear so that they can get there and fix whatever has happened. So I'm not trying to move today really, unless I find out like, oh, it's way better than whatever, or they've already got it cleaned up. Like these guys came down and they're being sent back, so that's a positive sign. Scorpion Trucker wants to hear me sing. Hey, Scorpion, I'm giving you a wrench because for some reason you don't have one. There you go, Scorpion. Sixton per Tyrannus says, I bet they don't get paid cents per mile. No, they're hourly. That's why they're going to sit here for an hour before they get rolling. And I'm sure they got paid, whatever hurricane or overtime pay is or whatever. Old School Trucking says the hurricane got downgraded to a Category 1. Yeah, I know that it's in Georgia now, and my obstacles now are to find out if my receivers are still there. Since everybody kind of evacuated yesterday, I imagine they're going to be closed today, so I probably won't be able to get a hold of them today, but I'm going to start calling, see if I can get a hold of anybody. And then obviously road conditions are my next big obstacle in this thing, to see if I can move safely. So that's kind of where I'm at with all this whole thing right now. So I just, Starlord encouraged me to go live, so I figured, yeah, well, maybe I can get some of you guys down the road for a little while, since I have all the time in the world today. Which is, listen, for me to just sit and have to sit, it's not cool. I don't like it. Like, I want to be working. Now, I see a highway back here. If you guys can see it back there, or at least it's some road, but I see traffic moving. So, hey, if I can move today, I will. I will. I mean, I got like 250 miles to get down there, and I'm going to probably have to go the long way, which will be I-10. So that's going to be the thing, is if I-10 is open and I can take I-10 east to I-75 south, and I can get at least close, at least I could get some driving done today. And I can see how far I can get close to them. So I'm going to spend some extra fuel and some extra miles on taking the long way around, because I don't think taking I-19 today is wise. So I could go 10 to 75 south and just spend most of the hours today driving to get there. Which would be smart because that would mean like by tomorrow when I can talk to people, I'm right there close. And that would mean that I don't have to sit all day. And I did drive 60 miles north to get to this safe place. So I am 60 miles of that is deadhead miles I added to the trip anyways. Chief Ray Holler says, I'm not seeing any relief loads posted. I've been looking at van, flat, and power only. Old School Trucking says, don't risk it, Shannon. Please remain parked where you're at. You should definitely be able to make I-75. Yeah, so I looked on Google, and the thing is looking at I-10, right? Because that hurricane literally smashed Tallahassee and went across I-10. So from what I saw, it was still open. But I do want to give some time because, you know, if there are other work crews, local work crews that are out there already, you know, give them time to clean things up. Because I guarantee you they're cleaning stuff up. 6 says, I bet anything the roads are empty. You should definitely, yeah. So that could be. But that's what we don't know, right? There could be flooding that hasn't gone down yet. There could be down power lines. There could be trees across the highway or, you know, whatever. That risk today is a reality across I-10 and 75. So I'm not in any hurries. I've accepted it for what it is, and at this point, it's making the safest decision possible. Not going to stress about it. Dreamer Seat is in the house. Don't risk it for the brisket. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Dreamer Seat, for coming in. I'm going to moderate you right there. There you go. WCF Invader is in the house. Hey, girl. He says, hey, I just saw you in Star Lords Live. Ponzi is in the house. A good parking spot, food, water, fuel, and fuel cash. Yeah. So they did batten down the hatches here just in case. But we've had a pretty peaceful night, me and all the other truckers here. Of course, I was already stocked up. Both my tanks are full of fuel. I had bought water, plenty of water for me and Dee Dee. She's got plenty of food. I got plenty of food. So I was prepared for whatever. Because one thing that maybe we take for granted that Snoller pointed out to me before I ventured out was that to make sure that you have enough fuel, because you could be going into an area that the power has been out or got knocked out, right? And then you're screwed if you want fuel or need fuel. So I filled up in Mississippi, both tanks, full, and my DEF. And so I'm okay there. I got plenty for the rest of the trip and then some. 6 Semper Tyrannus says FDOT has a pretty good website with cameras and road condition report. Oh, thank you. I didn't think of that. Wheelburner says, I've been home for 7 days and we'll be off another 10. If someone wants to come pick me up, I'll play navigator for a couple of weeks. Oh, shoot. I'd love to, Wheelburner. Why are you off? I'm sure I missed an update, but if you'll let me know. WCF Invader says, I'm very interested in what they find wrong with your EPU. Oh, me too. Can you imagine? Like, I wouldn't have to get an APU. Hopefully you find a more confident dealership to diagnose the issue. Mine is doing the same as yours currently, and I too am struggling to find a dealership correctly diagnose the issue. Ponzi says, yep, I saw it in Missouri many years ago. Good job, driver. Wheelburner says, I can't drive, but I'll Google the hell out of anything you need. What's going on? Why are you off the road? I'm sure I missed something. Please hit the like on the way in or out, guys. I'm just having some coffee, watching these heroes. I love it, man. It's great. I appreciate these guys. There's some guys over there. Boop, boop. They just came in here like an army. And they're from Mississippi. So they came all the way over. So that's my storm chasing ground zero excitement. That's what I got for you. I'm sorry I can't show you, like, wind blowing and sideways rain and all of that. Hey, Wheelburner, I do gotta tell you something. Those bath cloths that you gave me those couple things of bath cloths. Those are outstanding. And I would really like a case of those. What do you think? You think we could pull that off? WCF Invader says, so not the Wichita lineman dress. So when Wheelburner met up with me and Britt on that video, guys, he gifted me 2 of these packs of these bathing cloths. They're wipes, but they're like giant baby wipes, I guess. And they're very awesome. And they have them in Canada. And I would like to buy them because if you have baby wipes and you utilize baby wipes, like, let's be honest, they're not the greatest. You can't get the freshest with baby wipes, but it helps, right? You can stay, pretty clean. If you got to use that. But the things that he brought me, these are actually bath cloth wipes. And from what I remember, he said that they were like used in adult homes and whatnot for bedridden folks and whatnot. And so I've used them a couple times now because I got stuck without, at the bankrupt pilot and all that, without a shower and stuff like that. And then a couple times previous to that. And man, are they great. I'm as fresh as I just stepped out of the shower. Those things really were great. And they're really big, right? So that's great. I really want some more. So I want to talk to you about a hookup on that Wheelburner or Dar, either one of you. If I can see if I can get some more of those for the truck, because those are amazing. RGB is in the house. He says, hey, I just parked. Awesome, RGB. Where are you at? Old school, new school is in the house. He said, did you get a kite yet for the windy days ahead? No, but when you said that, that took me back. Look, there's probably nobody that you know in life, and you didn't know this about me, but when my girls were little, I used to fly kites as much as I could. I love, 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 love kites. It's like one of my favorite toys. And so the girls were kind of little, but you can ask them, like, they'll tell you. I had a flagpole in the yard, and as soon as that flag, like, basically stood out straight, I knew it was a good kite flying day. And I was renting a house that had, like, it was on a 4-acre plot, and it had nothing in the way. So we would go out in that yard and we would we'd fly kites all afternoon. And I'd just get it up there, right? And then I'd let them hold it. So I love, that's one of my favorite things in the world is flying a kite. And I haven't done it, my gosh, in 20 years. And I just kind of forgot about it. And so when you said that the other day, I was like, oh, I wish I did have a kite. But I don't stop long enough to fly kites usually. And I'm always around power lines and trees and stuff like that. So it's not something I think I could. I mean, sometimes maybe in a farm field, right? But I remember I always used to want, like I went to the first time I went to Canada, I went to this place and they had kites. I don't remember what the place is called, but they had kites. They had like professional kites, like big kites, like, and they were all hanging up on the ceiling. And I wish I could remember what the place is called. But I was little. I was like 10 or 11 years old. And man, they were amazing. And I was like, always like, man, one day I'm gonna buy one of them. Like because in Michigan, when you go up around the Great Lakes, you see some real kite flyers out there, and they got the two-fisted kites, right? You gotta you gotta you gotta drive them with two strings and two handles, right? And those kind of kites. Well, man, this place I went to in Canada had all kinds of them, man, hanging from the ceiling. And I'll never forget it. That was great. And so I'll never, like, that's been imprinted in my head. Like, one day I will get one of them and then learn how to fly that thing, man. It's kites, right? You never think, you forget about kites when you get older. You shouldn't, man. I don't know, there's just something about it. I just loved it. And so back to WCF Invader, what you said about the dealership. I'll tell you one thing that surprised me about having this brand new International. When I was going to get my PM, I ran into a couple situations where like they didn't have the parts for it. And then when I'm asking over a couple dealerships that, there they go. Bye guys, thank you. Thank you for your service. I was surprised that the dealership was kind of like, didn't really know a lot about this truck. And the Speedco shops didn't really know a lot about this truck. Said they had just started the training or whatever, right? So I run it. That's kind of the first challenge I kind of run. I'm like, these people sell these trucks and they don't know about them. These people don't have the brand new parts because it's a brand new truck, right? I've run into those little challenges. 6 Ember Tiger says go fly a kite. Yeah, it's a thing for like, I like it. I like it. I used to like it. Let's put it that way. I guess I kind of just, life took me off in a different direction. Being a single parent is hard. Oh my God. But I'm at the end of that rainbow and thank God for that. Oh, jeez. WCF Invader says, you able to go by a dealership today by chance? I guess I could. I didn't plan on it, but yeah, I guess I got time. Maybe there's one nearby. I haven't looked yet. But yeah, that could be the thing. Oh my, you guys are going to see me cry with tears of joy if I realize that I just had an issue with my EPU. And then now Dee Dee and I have air conditioning. Number one, that would mean that I have idled the truck a lot when I didn't have to. Boo. Number two would mean I don't have to spend $14,000 on an APU. Yay. Super yay. And number three means the rest of my journey here is going to be so much more comfortable. And this truck is so comfortable to live in already. But oh man, would that be the frosting on the cake or what? I'll have tears of joy. He says your EPU is actually the same EPU my truck has. Bergstrom is the manufacturer of your EPU. They sell their systems to Freightliner and International, and 10 to 15K more than you thought you had. Right. Let's understand this. The 10 to extra 15K for an APU is not in the budget plan. Okay? It's not. So that's been my delay in being like, oh, I just could have went out and got that started. It wasn't in the business plan, it wasn't in the budget. And so my mentor, benefactor, and investor, Jeffrey Lake, who purchased the truck, spoke to the salesman, was certain, because if you watch that video, we were talking it up about that feature. And so when they were kind of treating me like I was confused about the function of that unit, I felt stupid, because I was like, well, no, this is what we talked about, and it was a great feature on the truck. And so then I just determined, well, I guess I was wrong. I guess we were wrong. And then, so I've been Global Emergency Management, ARS, a couple of their trucks just pulled in. Okay. I'm liking these positive vibes that are going on over here, I'm thinking. Old School Trucking says, there's our beautiful looking host. Thank you. You're sweet. Part-Time Trucking Retired says, hi, everyone from Vancouver Island, Canada. WCF Invader says, hi, Part-Time Trucking Retired. I have Canadian friends, and so you absolutely are welcome in here. That's great. And you got a wrench already, so I know you've been here already. WCF Invader says, when you take it to the dealer, if you can't bump up your idle already, have them enable it. We did that. We did do that. So she idles no longer at 600. She idles at 800. And the truck has been doing way better with that. But the problem is that I'm idling. I don't want to idle. Right? We want to take the best care of this machine from day one. And already I feel like I've had to idle way too much because I've been in the heat. So I'm not liking that right now. I want to protect the equipment as much as possible. But this is kind of weird too, what we learned at the dealership about the idle, right? They're in their parameters in their little plug-in computer where they can make the adjustment. It only allows 600 RPMs or 800 RPMs. No more than that. Because Jeff had told him to idle it up to 1200. And so they couldn't. Their computer only allowed them to turn it up to 800. So I had them turn it up to 800. And that's what we're doing. I have not had any of the DPF system issues, the lights and this, and it wouldn't regen. It was getting clogged up when I've had to idle for a long time anymore, because it's at 800. At 600, 3 days in Jackson or Orlando, wherever I was at. I was for 3 days, probably taking my 34 or whatever, but it was so hot. It was like 101 outside. So I had to keep the truck running for those 3 days. When I did that, she got clogged up to the point where she wasn't gonna regen. So then therefore the little lights started coming on, and then all of that, right? So that's when we determined, hey, this is idling too low. So eventually, by the time I got to Colorado or something, wherever I was, that's when I went into the dealership, and I went in for my first PM, and we messed with that idle thing. And so even though they checked into the Cummins requirements, it says you can't turn it up past, I think it said 1200. I think it said 1800. I forget, but you can turn it up to keep it under warranty. However, the dealership's software would not allow them to turn it up past 800. So the idle's done. We just have to, you'll still have to idle some if you do 34-hour resets in the truck. Yeah, that's the problem. I want the CPU thing. If we can get that rectified and I have air conditioning, we're good. We're good. We get hot. And I've been using it as the recirculatory fan because that's what they made me understand that it does. But there is a condenser in there. So if we find out that, oh, it just needed to be recharged, or oh, it just needed this or whatever, because it's not cold. It's not cold. It's whatever this temperature is in here. And then that gets hot after about 10 minutes. And then I got to start the truck again. And I got to cool us down again. And then I turn it off. And then I got to turn the fan on, right? We go through this. This is how I've been surviving. Trying not to idle the truck for constantly. Because it's a lot of fuel too. I got to save fuel. I got to not idle this engine. I don't want high idle hours. Like everybody agrees on that. So that's how we've been living. And in about 10 minutes here, I'll have to, because now the sun's out and it's very hot and humid outside. You would never know there's a storm going on right next door. That's how pretty it is. And sun's out and everything looks clear and happy. But yeah, that's our next big question to figure out. So I've got to find a international dealer who knows what the heck they're selling to people. And they know their mechanics know this truck. And it's crazy to me because they don't change them that much. This truck is not very much different than a 22 International. And you can ask Wilburner. He'll probably be able to agree with me on this if he's still in here. They don't typically change too much about the truck. They might change the body, even the Freightliners, right? They might change the body style. They change the headlights. They maybe give you a few extra features with the technology and upgrade that. But let's face it, it's pretty darn close to being the same build as the last year. So the gravy thing about this truck is that it's this diamond package owner op spec bougie. And so you got your plastic wood grain, which I happen to think is awesome. You got your stitching, which is pretty cool to look at. You know, makes you feel some kind of way. S125, what is up? Good to see you, sir. How you doing? Are you out of the storm? Glenn Leroy, like trucking team member. Glenn, I'm adding you as a moderator. Here's your wrench. Glad to see you survived the ghost pilot. Yeah, and so now I'm waiting out the storm, right? I'm in Florida, Glenn. I'm on this run. And talking about the truck real quick. So I have all these comforts in this truck. My seat swivel, back massager, super comfortable. I could drive literally for days and still be all right. Extra wide beds. The lighting is fantastic. Like, this is all about as RV as I could imagine a semi truck could be. I'm very comfortable in here. Dee Dee's got plenty of room. It's all good. All the bells and whistles in here. And so that EPU being an air conditioner, so I didn't have to idle the truck at all, was like the best feature to me. Because other than that, like I couldn't want for nothing. Like this truck has it all, except I would like a bigger refrigerator. Very comfortable truck to live in. So that's the thing about this. It's called the Diamond Package. You get all this, looks real nice and all this. And I've got a fantastic warranty, cannot possibly be beat anywhere in the industry. So I'm safe there. So this has been the only like thing that's been tough is handling the heat. Old School Trucking says, congrats on your wrench, Glenn. S125 says long exemptions. Oh wait, I hear they have exemptions for Florida loads. How does that work? I don't know about that, S125. If anybody does know about that, please put something in the chat. I'm sorry, log exemptions. I do know what that is. Sorry. Okay, so I don't know about that, but if they do, guess who's staying in Florida for the next week? I'll ride that out. I'll juice that for whatever it's worth. I haven't heard that. So S125, if you heard it somewhere, like please put the reference in the chat so we can all check it out. So because I'm in a nice little pocket, I have not yet any idea of what I'm facing when I leave this pocket. I got to go to Tampa. So just to catch you guys up, S125's in Kansas. Okay. I am in Florida. I am in the middle of a 13 stop load. My last 5 stops, which is what I still have on the trailer, I am light. This is smaller product, so there's no weight to me, so I'm in danger for that too in a high wind situation. But my last 5 stops are Palm Harbor, which is right on the coast. Then what's the next place? I'm so pretty. Palm Harbor and Oldsmar are right there on the coast. And then it's Tampa. So as you can see, I had to stop yesterday because there's no going into this area because at that point, that was the touchdown of the hurricane or what was expected to get hit the worst. And so I'm north of that, thank God, because it did take a turn to the north and really Tallahassee got the worst of it. So challenges I'm facing is if my receivers got hit, if they were obliterated, if they can be in business again, if they can receive, if the roads are clear for me to get there, like ASAP. Because I obviously now I have a day delay in completing this 7-day trip and I want to get back out running loads. So, but safety is first right now. And if I find out there's log exemptions for any period of days after I get this thing off, I'm going to be like, woo! I'm gonna go run. Oh, Glenn Leroy says, yep, Asian Mai is good to watch. Yeah, we all love Alex. That's where you heard it from. Okay, I haven't got that video. I haven't seen it. So S125 says I will probably be down there when the wind dies down. Wheelburner Express says, sorry, I had to leave for a little bit. Oh, I was talking to you, Wheelburner. Okay, so Wheelburner, this is what I was saying to you. You must have been gone. So those wipes, I talked about those bath wipes that you gave me, that you gifted me when I saw you. And I absolutely love them. They are wonderful. And I would like to know if I could get hooked up with a case of those. I'll buy them, of course, but man, those are really awesome when you're in a situation. So I want to get a case of those Bad Devils. So we talked about that, and then we were talking about the international truck, about my EPU, whether it should be supposed to be air conditioning, and I've been suffering for no reason, or for the ignorance, my ignorance. I've been suffering for my ignorance because the dealerships I've been talking to don't seem to know if this is malfunctioning and is supposed to be cooling. But there is a condenser in there. And so between me and WCF Invader, we feel like, yeah, it's supposed to be cooling. And because it's the diamond package, right, and it has all the bells and whistles, then that was a feature of that. And so then that means that I've been idling for no reason. I've been suffering for no reason, and I have yet to find an international dealership that knows about this truck. That's really blowing my mind. Like, if you're selling these trucks and the salesman is like saying it's got this, it does that, it does that, but then you take it to the shop and they're like, oh, these are the new ones. We haven't really had much of these in. We don't have all the parts to do a total PM. They can't really answer my questions about this EPU situation. So that's what we were talking about. I hope you heard all that because I assumed you were still back in here. Yeah. So there's the recap also for anybody coming in late. This will be interesting because that will change my life. There you go. WCF Invader put up a link. The manual. Oh, thank you. So that'll be one of my next updates is learning the answers to this, right? And WCF Invader, you said you have the same EPU? And so that was my understanding. So if you do, does it cool? Because what I think is, I don't even want to say because it's ignorant. Butch says the EPU you have on your truck is like having 3 0 breezes. It will eventually warm up. And it does. But there's a condenser out there in it. Right? The little radiator looking thing. Old school, new school says shops say things like that as an excuse not to do it generally. Yeah. So the reason I'm living like this, trying to figure this out and use it in its maximum capacity, is because they made me believe like I had a misunderstanding. It's not supposed to be an air conditioner. I have 4 extra batteries back there for that unit alone. So, of course, our understanding was that it's like an APU. WCF Invader says it's made by the same manufacturer, just older. It did cool, but there's something wrong with mine currently. Having trouble finding a dealership that won't give me the runaround. Wheelburner Express says Darlene's brother was my source for those wipes. He works for the company that supplies the hospitals. Unfortunately, he recently changed jobs, so my trucker wipe source has dried up. Well, maybe he can hook us up with somebody. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to try to, research the manufacturer, see if they're orderable for the non-medical people, just regular folks like you and me. Because I definitely want, those are the best. And you try to buy something out here like that, like those man wipes or whatever they're called. I'm really bad at names. Like, that's what I'm realizing, like these things and calling this that and whatever. Okay. Anyways, the things that we get from Loves, right? They're for men, but those are the same type of thing, and they're not as big as those. And that's okay. But they literally put 18 in a pack, and they charge you like $8 or $9 per pack. Like, come on. And I would bet if we can find out where get those sourced out of, they're way cheaper. And one of those packs will last you a long time. But they really clean. Like, so I'm loving them. So I'm going to dig. I'm going to see what we can come up with. Butch says, I could be wrong, but I think it's only the 6,700 BTU, which isn't that much to cool in humid weather. Yeah, the hotter it gets, man, I drove through Texas the other day, and it was so dang hot that I felt like my even though I was driving down the road, my air conditioner was struggling. Austin Lloyd is in the house. Welcome, Austin. What are you wiping, guest? We're talking about bath wipes for when you need to stay clean when you are not in vicinity of a shower to use. Wheelburner says, if you had to pay full price for each one of those packs I gave you, it would have cost about $15 to $18 a pack. Oh, wow. I only pay $1.50 a pack. Yeah. Yeah. So we need to see what we can do there. I'm calling him now to try and follow up on getting some more from his source directly. Oh, thank you, Wilburner. Because not just for me, but for all of us out here on the road, you guys, I'm telling you, if we can get this plugged in, it will help us all save so much money. Like, these things are great. I should probably show you, huh? I should probably show you. Let me see. Okay. This is what they look like. Yeah, God forbid we have a dirty Shannon. No, these are great. So let me do a little review. These here, this is what they look like. These are designed to bathe adults. They have nice skin conditioning, right? Moisturizing, so you don't got to worry about, there's no alcohol in them. They smell amazing. Fresh, like a spring day. And that's where they come from. But as you can see, you see how big these are? You can't get these in the Loves. These babies are giant. And there's 48 of them in here in one pack. If we can get these for $1.50, we can change the trucking industry. At least do each other a favor. Walmart sells those, but you might have to order online. Rest Area Raccoon says, thanks for coming in, Rest Area Raccoon. I'm going to wrench you. You're welcome in here. I know I see you in all the other chats too. But thanks for watching and coming in. Hit the like on the way in. Hit the like on the way out. Oh, here comes. Where are they from? Baldwin? Okay. Here comes another army pulling in. Different guys, though. See all them trucks? Look, here they come. It doesn't say a state on there, so yeah. Another army these guys just pulled in. So I'm thinking, hey, it must not be they must have gotten it cleaned up. Florida knows what it's doing in situations like this, right? And the locals have told me, like, oh yeah, they clean up them roads pretty fast. Rusty Raccoon says, thank you. I found them in the store before, but they don't always keep them in stock. Yeah, we want the plug. We want the direct plug on these babies, okay? Because I literally will order these in a case, and you would too. You would want these so you could save all the robbery they're doing on those ones in there. There's 48 in here. One of these packs will last you like forever. If you can even get this baby for $5, for $8 for this, it's still going to last you 5 times longer than anything in there. And I'm saying that because I'm a girl, so I use way too many wipes. Extra. You guys maybe have it a little easier, but this is what we need. I will even call them to see if they will sponsor my channel. I will get myself a link. I don't know. I just gotta know. I gotta know. I'm so impressed with this. So this is a great gift from Wheelburner. When he saw me, he blessed me with these, and it has changed my mother trucking life. Okay. So I definitely want the hookup on this. This is like, yay. And I really think we can get them at a fraction of what we have to pay out here in the truck stops. And so it's interesting. I wonder what Walmart sells them for. Do you remember? I mean, because if we can't do anything else, and we know we can find them at Walmart, there you go. $6.28. $6.28. There you go, guys. You need to go to Walmart and buy these, even at $6.28. I mean, getting them at $1.50 would be definitely way better. But even if you're paying $6.28 for this right here, take a good look at it. It's that brand. You are getting 48 in here, and these are like one and done. This cleans the first time. You don't have to use 25 baby wipes to clean your armpits, and then you still aren't super clean fresh. This works. Yeah, tell them, Dee Dee. And it's dermatologically approved. It's called Tina is the company, and Pro Skin this is it. Even if you pay $6 for this, it's great value. You get way, way, way more than those man wipes that you get in there. Austin Lloyd says that's the same company that do Tina lady woman things. Oh, okay. This is my first time seeing this. That's good to know because they might have more woman stuff. I probably just could. Maybe we can find them on the website. Thing is, we're trying to hook up. Wheelburner's trying to help hook up the plug on these. We're trying to look for the direct plug. Robert Tyke Truckin is in the house. He says, hi, Shannon and chat. Glad to see you safe and sound. and you escaped the storm. I did, and I'm hanging out waiting for things to be cleaned up so I have safe passage to my remaining receivers and to make sure that their business is still sitting there, because they could have been obliterated, because where they're at, Robert, if you want to look up Palm Harbor, Florida, that's my next stop. And that is probably, I don't know if I can even count on this place even being there still, depending on how bad they were damaged. But thank you, Robert, for caring about me and checking up on me. And so that's what's up. I'm sitting here. Dee Dee is, I'll show you Dee Dee, because look, this is what my little girl. Are you hot? Are you hot, little girl? We don't want her to live like that, do we? So we're gonna try to figure out this EPU thing. Austin Lloyd says that's what they make lady plugs in. They're in every chemist in the UK. No, Snorlord. I'm just like, I'm trying to give people something to listen to. That's all. Are you complaining? Are you trying to go live again? Because I'll go. Do you want to come in? I can send you the link. I did this go live together thing. So if you want to join me, you're more than welcome. Or are you just being funny? I at least got to show some exciting work trucks coming in, right? The repair crews have been passing through here, so I at least was able to show that. So, but yeah, I'll send you a link if you want to come in. Just saying. I don't know if you've been here the whole time. You are funny looking. Whatever. Snorlord, you have a great beard, and it's coloring well, and it's cool, and it makes you look like the wise wizard, very stoic. And if you think that's funny looking, I wouldn't say funny. I would think, you look like the very smart, wise man person. My coffee is literally like, it's still kind of warm. It's kind of room temperature, but I'm still drinking it. It's funny because you can feel these guys, like everybody just wants to go. Everybody just wants to. Some of them are gathering in the parking lot talking and, saying things with their hands, I can tell. Sitting is very hard for me. When I get out on the road, man, I feel just great. I really do. I still, like, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, man, I feel so, like, I feel so great when I'm rolling. And especially the drive out west, like out to Colorado, that I've been doing a couple times lately. God, I love that drive. I get to drive my truck 75 miles an hour and really get to open her up, and see how she does. And that feels fun. And the truck's pretty broke in now, right? Like, I'm at 56,021 miles. She's had her first PM done. And you were right, Wilburner. Like, I can tell like, now it's like it's kind of loosened up. It's a little smoother. This truck is absolutely wonderful. It feels good. So I love driving it. And let me find out. Hey, Snorlord, do you know if there's a S125 said that he heard that there was a I think it was him that said it. The log exemptions said Asia might put out something about it. Snorlord, did you see that or hear anything about that? If you guys didn't know, Snorlord is my safety manager. And so he's a good person to ask about that question. So I'm asking. Because if there's log exemptions, bro, woo! I can drive 11 hours straight in a day and still feel good. Where I could squeeze out an extra couple of hours. But I've never gotten to drive under a log exemption, so that would feel awesome. I would love that. So you're like, forget about the clock right now. And I can run like the wind. Because short loads running around Florida right now are probably pretty lucrative. I haven't even looked at the load board because I've been hanging out on YouTube all morning. Yeah, I would love to take advantage of that. Maybe Snorlord wants to pop in and talk about it and see. What do you think, Snorlord? He probably popped out already. And I'm imagining if Alex put it out, like it's probably factual, right? Alex doesn't seem to put out no BS, but I haven't seen the video. The uncomfortable wife. Hey, Shannon, sorry, gotta go. Robin, why are you under Sandra's thing? Well, thanks for coming in, Robin. I appreciate you. I know you are a busy man running that restaurant now. RGB says, I wish they could just give us 14 hours to do anything, including driving, waiting, and etc. Well, they do that, but they limit our drive time, right? And that's what I think. I think we just need, just 2 clocks, right? A 70 and a 14. I agree with you, RGB. Like if we can't be, and this may be asking too much because, you would think everyone has common sense, and believe it or not, it's not true. But you would think in a professionally licensed career that we are professionals in our craft. Like, do they tell doctors they can only, work so many hours a day? And then they make them stop? No, because they can't, because you could be in the middle of a surgery or whatever, and so they can't be. So then why are they doing it to us? Yeah, old school new school says just the daily 14 and no 70. Yeah. And Wheelburner says, never mind the 14, just give me the 70. Yeah. Yeah, I that would be great. And I would even accept the 8-hour, right? You should maybe have the break clock. Let's compromise. Let's compromise this tiny bit. The 8-hour clock, the 14, and the 70 to be reasonable. Okay. For those carriers that take advantage of the drivers and try to slave drive them. I'm just saying. But we should just do away with the 11-hour. Snowlord says doctors do have limits if they are on call. Okay. I didn't know that. But yeah, we just got to extra like, you know what it's like trying to explain to your mom or somebody who's not even in the industry, like, oh yeah, we run off 4 clocks. Even some brokers, right? I've had to try to explain our clock system to them. It's not easy to explain. I'm like, oh, so like we got 4 clocks, right? And they're like, what? And then you're like, yeah, this is for this, this is for this, this is for this. But for somebody who has no idea, it's impossible for them to be able to kind of really picture what you're saying. Wilburner Express says no 30-minute break required. Okay, so yeah. Here's one thing probably all truckers could agree on. 14-hour shift, 70-hour work week. But that's what I'm saying. The only reason I mentioned the break clock is because you're going to have people like, oh, I don't know, Ego Holdings, who run their drivers like above and over and beyond if necessary. That would take advantage of the driver, right? So in that instance, to protect the driver, maybe the break clock. Wheelburner says, Dr. Snorlord to gynecology, please. Dr. Snorlord to gynecology. That's a funny question. If you were going to be going to the medical field and be a doctor, this could get messy, but I'm going to ask it. What kind of doctor do you think you would want to be? Now, if everybody says gynecology, I'm going to slap you. I can't imagine that that's a good, I can't imagine that's a good thing. Because not every situation is going to be what you would probably imagine it to be ideal. Watch how careful I can be with my words. You know, stuff gets nasty, just saying. And that's why they got to go to the doctors. And, you know, you have 20 nasty cases and disgusting, and you can imagine. You might think you want to do that every day, but I bet you wouldn't. Austin Lloyd says, slap me. I can't spell that. WCF Invader says heart doctor for selfish reasons. Right. The love doctor, Dream Receipt says. Dr. Love. That would be a heart surgeon, right? The love doctor. I love it. I don't know, man. What would I choose? I don't know. I honestly, I think I would like to be a chiropractor if I were to pick one. Wheelburner says an eye doctor, but you can call me Dr. Love. An eye doctor is a good one. Right now, man, I just I study everything to gain so much medical knowledge, and I try to know as much as I can about my body altogether, so I don't have to see a doctor. And with all the great information that's available to you for free, like, you can get the knowledge. WCF Invader. Of course, Robert Tyke Truckin wants to be a witch doctor. Robert wants to wear the hoods and have the big walking stick and shake the rattle. Cut the chickens' heads off and mix things. That's funny, Robert. WCF Invader says a chiropractor is not a doctor. Voodoo. I have to respectfully disagree on that point. And I know there's controversy over that, right? Mostly from medical doctors, because they don't want you to know that the chiropractor can make you well. So that's the controversy. But I will tell you from personal experience, my chiropractor, and I don't have back problems or nothing like that, but when I was weight training pretty strong and heavy, I would go make sure my spine was taken care of, right? So I don't injure myself or whatever. So I would go see the chiropractor. And what I learned in that process, there is more healing that can be done by taking care of your spine and keeping your nervous system healthy and all of that. And your spine and all of that affects all of your systems so much. It's really miraculous. Like if you're not seeing a chiropractor, you should, just as a health prevention of a lot of things. Old School New School says chiropractors have to go through med school, then more after that. Yeah. So medical doctors are just jealous of chiropractors because they're the real ones. And I'll tell you what, my chiropractor made some sick money. But the amount of things that can be fixed in your body from taking care of your spine and right is absolutely miraculous. WCF Invader says, I had a family actually use WebMD I had a family member, I'm assuming you're or a doctor, family doctor, actually use WebMD to diagnose me. And the wife made me switch. These doctors, I'm telling you, sometimes, I mean, at this point, I've gained so much knowledge that when someone's telling me what their doctor says, I have this urge, like, let me talk to them. You know, I was actually when I went to college, I was actually going to go in to be a physical therapist because I wanted to be a physical therapist for sports medicine. And they made it really, really hard to get into that program. And the time and things that I would have to sacrifice to get through that program, I had little kids with me at the time. So I had to change my major. So I went into business because that's what I'm naturally good at. So, but yeah, I always wanted to do that. But yeah, the amount of knowledge that you can get so that you can have you can know stuff talking to these doctors. I swear, half the time it makes me mad because they be telling my mom stuff and I'm like, but did they tell you that you can take turmeric or did they tell you to take some ginger? No, they gave me extra strong antibiotics and a steroid. My mom's really ill right now. She's real sick. So if any of you are prayer people, please keep my mom in prayer. She really needs to, she's been sick with this whatever for about a couple weeks now. And this is her second time back to the doctor. And all that my mom comes home with is what drugs they've given her, what they're giving her. And I have yet to hear. So I'm asking her, what's the diagnosis? Because once they can tell her, okay, she has this, then I can come back in and be like, all right, you're going to eat this, you're going to do that, right? They never give her a diagnosis. And my mom is the growing up just doing what the doctor said, and I'm anti that. I just want to know what they found on the lab results. Let me take it from there. So they've got her on these triple antibiotics, which my mom is 70 years old. She does not need antibiotics. Antibiotics are too much. And they're giving her a steroid, which if they're giving her a steroid, I got a 50-50 opinion on that. I think sometimes if they're doing antibiotics and a steroid, they don't know what the hell's going on. That's too much for her body to handle. So I'm a little nervous about that. WCF Invader says chiropractors have paralyzed and seriously injured many people. My wife went to one and we found out quickly it was a scam. It's not a scam. It's not a scam. I have a fantastic chiropractor though. Like, he's so good. So I guess it's like any doctor, right? You got to find a good one that really, really knows their craft and what they're doing. But my chiropractor's gotten me out of some really messed up muscle spasm situations, and ever since, I've maybe gotten sick twice since I had started seeing a chiropractor. So for the wellness of your immune system, it's very important. So I have a great opinion about chiropractors because of my personal experience. And I totally understand, like, there's not always good doctors out there either. Somebody's going to screw something up. But I've actually done the research about how the health of your back affects the rest of your body and all the way down to your immune systems and everything. Like, it's very important to keep your back in check and to protect you from injury, especially if you're doing any hard work or any lifting or whatnot. And how much it affects the rest of the systems in your body. Let's face it, man, one little tweak can knock you down. It'll stop your world right now. Old Fart Gaming says, be safe out there, Shannon. Thank you, Old Fart Gaming. Just stopped in, saw you were live, thought I'd pop in and help support your channel. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hit the like if you haven't, if you're still in here. WCF Invader says they had to sue to be called doctors. No science basis to the chiropractic field. Yeah, but it's not true. That's what I'm telling you. Like, do the research. I'm not. That's my opinion. But if you really got some spare time and you want to dig into all the research and stuff like that, I have great respect for what they do. Wheelburner Express says, unfortunately, since COVID, was I supposed to say that? And the dipshit doctor, my faith in the medical professional has been shaken. I think that's the case for all of us, Wheelburner. Old Fart Gaming says, by the way, politics and big pharma, you never know what their motivation is. Oh, we all know what their motivation is. Wheelburner says, when a doctor has to ask a politician what he should classify the sickness as, we have problems. Yeah. Wheelburner, I got an article and I posted it about said doctor where literally they found out that all of the pneumonia and all the stuff that people were dying from what they claimed was the thing. And he knew this was actually from the pneumonia people were catching from wearing masks. That was enlightening. I'll share it with you personally. I did post it on my Facebook page, not my trucking Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. Olvar Gaming says we'll say a prayer for her. Thank you so much. WCF Invader says a lot of back problems can be solved by strengthening the muscles that support the back. Yes, that's true. Old School, New School says follow the money for everything, Wheelburner. Yup, that's exactly right. In my opinion, anyways. Old Fart Gaming says no money in the cure diagnosis, just treating symptoms. Right. That's the big business. That's the big business. I've taught my kids that their whole life. Like, you have to live a life of awareness and proactiveness, right? Your body is the most fantastic machine in the world. Like, everything in your life stems off keeping it working well and keeping it healthy. And some people put more effort into their trucks and their businesses than they do trying to take care of themselves. That's unfortunate. Because there's none of this without you. And you being the best machine you can be, right? You're going to create this wealth that you can't even stick around to to enjoy the fruits of all of your labors. James Clark is in the house. He says, my father was a chiropractor, went to Palmer in Des Moines, Iowa. I know they don't believe in drugs or cutting you open. Yeah, God, I love my chiropractor. Fantastic doctor. Like, seriously. James Clark, Robert Tyke Truckin says, doctor comes from the Latin doceo. Am I saying that right? To teach, and actually means the teacher and the learned man. So us old timers are already doctors. Yeah, you should. Yeah. I mean, that's a point. Old Fart Gaming says 16 likes with 12 watching. You're doing great. Okay, thanks. It's weird how it shows me that. I don't know. Will Werner says, I can guarantee you that the cure to probably 60% of the diseases that kill people is available, but they will not release it because there's no money in the cure. Keep them sick and popping pills. Yes. And that's why understanding that you have all the power in the world, because we have the access to the information. It's out here and it's free. And if you are not taking advantage of that, then you will keep serving the purpose of the business. And you will keep paying these insurances and doctor bills and listening to these people that are half your age out of college telling you what to do when they have been educated by a system just like we are educated in schools to work for the system. They pay a lot of money to those educational institutions to be created to be a salesperson for that system. It is a business. And as long as they make you think that they are better than you and they know more about your body that you've been living in for 45, 50, 60 years, and you're going to look at somebody else, a young person that came out of med school, and entrust them with all the information, or to give you all the information, which they won't. They'll give you maybe some of it. And maybe you might find one that actually is trying to do it for the right reasons. But you better question everything, son. Everything. Anything you put your faith in, you better question it, in my opinion. Even God. You're going to tell me you're going to trust this medical student to heal you? This is somebody's kid like anybody else. And yes, they can be gifted. Yes, they can know information. Yes, they have lab results. Yes, they have access to all this stuff. That's about all I'm going to pay them for. But when it comes to telling me that what I need to do to take care of myself, I'm going to ask a million questions so that I'm sure. It's my body. They haven't been living with this thing. They don't know how I treated this body. They don't know how I made mistakes and hurt myself and how much poison I've ingested and all of that. Like, how could they? That means the responsibility is on me. And I should only need them in acute situations where I can't help myself. Robert says at Wilburn Express, my opinion too, 100%. Dari's in the house, channel member. Wilburn Express is a channel member also. If I failed to mention that, I'm sorry. Austin Lloyd says we all need money, but a rich cripple won't have as much as a healthy person. Right, Austin, man, what a good point. Let me give you a wrench. That was a freaking great comment right there. Thank you, Austin. Yeah. And where does wealth lie? Wealth is not in money. Wealth is in your family. Wealth is in the people that you love and that love you. I don't care if you agree with me or not. This is my channel, and that's on here. This world has got us so confused in what is real. And that's the ultimate plan. It's okay. But what I'm getting at is the information's available to you. Take advantage of it. Learn about how your body works. It's magnificent. The more I learn about the human body and what it can do is mind-blowing. I'm saying this with encouragement because I love you. Okay? I'm saying this with encouragement. It's all here for us. Everything was designed perfectly. And now we have the internet to dig information and learn and look at studies that have been done and take advantage of all of that information that they paid for medical school for, and they all still only got half the information. But they sure did learn how to run the business. So all the other stuff you would expect. Let me say this, because my perception of the doctor was like, I would expect that I'm going to go ask them the questions that I need to know, and they're going to tell me. And maybe back in the day, it used to be like that. They used to share with you and help you and tell you what to do. That's no longer the same medical system that we have today. So I'm sorry, but you are forced to do a little bit more work on yourself, for yourself. Will Burner says, learn as much as you can, as fast as you can while it's free. Right, because at some point, right, all Will Burner they got to do is flick off the switch. And now you have to go talk to them. They have to be paid. We are so blessed right now to have access to everything. And so my question to you is, what are you going to do with that? Because all they have to do is shut it off when they deem that it's no longer acceptable for us to gain all of this knowledge, because, oh my gosh, maybe we could use it as power. And they'll only let that go so far. You want to understand that? Talk to a Canadian citizen, right, Will Burner? They're doing stuff to you guys that I just think that they're looking at that as a guinea pig situation until they can do it to us. That's my personal opinion on that, for real. Like, I thought we had it worse. No, Canada, dude, what they're doing to these Canadian citizens up there. But I'm only looking at it like, okay, let's learn from it, because that could very easily them trying to transition it over to us too. Because even our Michigan government is in cahoots with all of them up there, right? And Michigan, we're right there on the border of Canada. So anyways, we could go down that road. Will Burner says, the day is coming where it won't be free, or what you're learning about is the only what they want you to know. Yeah, and we are well aware that technology can be programmed, and now we have AI. AI is the control. So maybe it's not there yet. Like, it's still a free for all right now, but don't let this pass you up. And don't let this be don't let it pass you up that this is also the time that you can share things with your children, because they're going into a much different world than we ever knew. So share, like, get the education, dig it up as if it were treasure, because it is treasure. And you're going to need to learn it, and then you need to pass it on to someone else. Because the AI is going to, and I'm not trying to be all creepy or whatever, but look at it for what it is and what it's able to do. It can not only, like, calculate things out of your eye movements as you're looking at the screen, which then feeds into all the information, like, oh, this is the brain pattern. Like, God, it literally is getting that complicated. So for too long, They're going to know what you're thinking. And the more you do research things, on right, everything is tracked. And be, oh, well, you know what? This person's gained enough knowledge to make some trouble. We're going to make sure that line of that person's internet sources are limited or cut off. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not unfeasible. We're only given so much time, like use it wisely. Make decisions on what you're going to do with it. Get what you can while you can, like Will Burner said. Yeah, they've already done it with our food. They've already, look. Certain things you try to get here that are not available. Some things you can get from Canada and they're not here. That don't make no sense. And some of those things I've learned that I've tried to get cannot be shipped here. Robert says also raw almonds are illegal. Poor baby's getting heat stroke over here. Do you got water? Yeah. Brushing up her water. She drank it out. Will Burner says our internet in Canada is now regulated and censored by the Canadian government. The U.S. has not experienced this yet, but it is coming. I even have to be careful about what I put on my own channel. Jordan B is in the house. Hey, Jordan. Ivermectin was a prime example of how the medical system works. And they don't want you to be cured. They want you to come back for more money. Robert says Jordan Peterson has to go on a re-education course in order to keep his license. Yeah, all doctors have to do that, I believe. Wheelburners, here comes another army of utility trucks. Another different company. They're coming through here. On my last live, I got a little carried away bad mouthing Prime Minister and received several warnings. Yeah, I got a little bit nervous on that one. Sterling Will is almost home. I need bed. Okay, I'm glad. I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but if you have, thank you. And hope I helped get you down the road a few miles. Quick Summer Tyrannus says, nowhere left to run either, Will Burner. Austin Lloyd says, if Facebook or YouTube, WhatsApp, Gmail said we're shutting down, how many have no landlines? Nobody has landlines anymore. You can't even get, I mean, you can get them. You can still get them for, like work at home situations and stuff like that. But it's tough. It's not just like a regular service now. Will Burner says, I'm coming down to your place. It's my last resort. Well, you're welcome. We got to get us some land, Will Burner. We need to find a nice big piece of real estate in the UP. We'll all go in on it together, and we'll be straight. They'll leave us alone up there. WCF and 6 Ember Tyrannus says, come on. WCF Invader says, I found ways to buy prescription drugs from Canada without a prescription. Oh, that ain't gonna happen in the USA, Will Burner. 6 Ember Tyrannus says the Mexican cartels have their own Air Force now, so there's that. Yeah, I mean, look. Sometimes the cartels are the good guys. I'm just saying. Ask Wilburn. his daughters live in a situation where they are the law around, and they do protect the people. WCF Invader says the landlines have been dismantled. Tyke Drucken says, no, it's the Ministry of Truth, Course 1984. Six Emperor Tyrannus says, in the end, they'll just do us like they did Maui. So, point to that was, I know we stirred up a lot of emotions in there, but don't take for granted all the information you have available to educate yourself right now. Like, you should be eating like a starving child on education right now. Not only for yourself, but we never know if we're going to come to that point where we're left with a situation of just talking, like teaching each other in the community. You know what I'm getting at. But in the house. Afternoon, young lady. I'm currently about 3 hours north of home and hunkered down with friends. It's a beautiful place to be, bro. Wheelburner says, I would just put my faith in a government run by the Mexican cartels than I would in either the Canadian or U.S. government. I can't say I don't agree with that. Someone's going to take that the wrong way. But it's the strong sense of family and community, right, that they have. Six Number Diana says, I joke, I'm terrified at the lack of humanity south of the border, honestly. Yeah, so that's something I'm ignorant to, but what I do know is that Wilburner has daughters down there, and from what he stated on one of his videos about the area where they were living at, the cartel is very powerful there and does take care of, make sure the people are taken care of and that no one's mistreated. And I'm not trying to like glorify them, but I'm just saying like that's what they report. That's what they've experienced. So that's all that the data I have on the issue. So but I know there's bad, right? Like there's bad people. There's bad people in everything. The good guys, bad guys line is so blurred these days. Like there's just mass confusion going on, right? Life is too cheap in Mexico. That's it's so cheap. I'm sorry. The life is so cheap in Mexico. Yeah, his daughters figured it out earlier and ran for the border. And so they're living abundant life. From what I understand, they're living abundant lives down there because they're not. They didn't want to be around the Canadian government, and so they did that. They weren't scared. They got jobs that were mobile so that they could facilitate the lifestyle, and they're doing great from what he says. And I think that's a dream. That's a dream. Like how I would love that for my own kids. Absolutely. They could work from wherever they are. They got to a place where, they can live a reasonably amount cheaper and they found a safe spot and they don't have to be enslaved to certain things. Dar says they travel all over to, and Mexico is their base. I think that, dude, I wish I could plug my daughters into that. That would be an absolute dream come true, man. I want to learn more about it because that's freedom, man. They found it. I am very, like, that is so cool. Will Burner says, I'm very proud of them. I'm even a little jealous. Yeah, right? I want that for my kids, though. And not only so that they can move around and travel and free themselves, but that would give them a chance to be better parents to their children. And that's why it really, really interests me. Big time. Like, big time. Like, I really, really want to learn about what they're doing. Because my kids have no idea. That stuff is not easy to learn about. I'm very interested. Sterling Wheel, who is Mr. Red Lady, and Uncle Sterling. America runs solely on fear. They want us medicated and scared of a better life. Well, I mean, that kind of hits trucking too, right? Nobody can put their foot down together because they're so pressed down. It's like, a day without running, like we have to financially worry about that. What a perfect position for us to be under control in. So people dream of like, oh, we should stand up together and do this. Well, too many people are afraid. Too many people can't afford it. Too many people are so pressed in their positions that they can't dream of it. They can't dream of stop trucking for a week to stand for something. And God forbid we do that because somebody's going to realize how much power they really do have in the industry. That would not be accepted. No, no, no. WCF Invader says, I thought America runs on Dunkin'. Yeah, Dunkin' and coffee. Sterling says, Dunkin' is expensive and leads to health issues. But man, is it good? I can tell you the last time I had a donut. But I see guys that buy donuts. And guess what? I try not to let them catch me staring. Just take another bite slowly. I'm just gonna like remember what that feels like. The nice, fresh, soft, delicious nutty maple cinnamon roll. That's all I can do is fantasize about it. Buck Brown says, I'm back. I had folks calling me to see how family's doing. Good. Yeah, that's important. So that's my donut dream, you guys. But we got 2 hours. I gotta look at this poor baby. I gotta take her. Look at this poor little girl. Doo-doo. She looks sad. Like she wants to go outside. Isn't she beautiful, you guys? If she's not the most beautiful freaking blue heeler / Australian Shepherd you've ever seen, like, I don't know what to tell you. From her puppy pictures to this, she's still not getting very big. Like, she still fits in the seat, but she's getting to where she barely does. What a gorgeous animal she has turned out to be. I love her. But yeah, we're at about 2 hours. I'm running out of gas. I'm hungry. I want to get some lunch. You got me thinking about donuts. I'm not going to eat no donuts. Don't worry. But I am hungry, so it's probably time for a protein shake. Robert says they were talking about putting fluoride in the water here for your teeth. I don't know if they've done that. Robert, there's been fluoride in the water since I was a little girl. Like, I think that has also led to the ADHD, the autism, and such and so forth. But do your research. Don't listen to anything I have to say about that. But we've had fluoride in the water forever, since as long as I've been alive. And it actually does stuff to your brain. So that's been going on for a long time. So we're way past that, Robert. WCF Invader says, what did I start? Now I want a donut. I know, right? Wheelburner says, thank you, Shannon. I have been bored as hell sitting around the house for the last week, and I still have another week, and I have to keep it up. Well, I'm waiting for more lives. I haven't seen you go on lives. Like, what the heck are you doing, Wheelburner? I missed you. Buck Brown says, Shannon, in case you didn't know, my home is in Valdosta, Georgia, been hit worse than the news is reporting. Oh, I didn't know, Buck. Oh my God. So you okay? I mean, you're okay. You're here, but is your home still standing? Like, that raises a lot of questions in my mind right now. WCF Invader says, I hope you're able to find a dealership and get it fixed soon. I'm very interested to find out what's wrong with it. Oh, me too. Oh, we could solve my life right now with that. So yeah, I should get to work on that too. So I'm gonna grab some lunch. I'm gonna take her out because she's giving me some sad puppy dog eyes. The sky is clear. She's about due for some exercise, and so am I. And I'm gonna let you guys go. Wheelburner, why don't you go live? Sterling, yeah. So Mr. Red Lady says I am grounded from ice cream until next month, which is reasonable. I should do a solid next 4 weeks before I try to have a cheat day. And I don't know why I'm like so excited about pizza and Ben and Jerry's, because the inflammation that it will cause my body to go through is not worth it at all. So I'm trying to like remind myself of that. So yeah, I'm gonna look to see if I'm near I want to call my customers first, handle business, but then if I'm not moving or doing anything, which I'd still like to do my driving today, I'm gonna see if we got a international dealership. They're probably not open anyway. So today's just not a good day to get that stuff done, but yeah, it's gonna happen soon. And I will keep you posted. I promise, because this is a big deal. This is a big learning point for all of us. Robert says, it is in the toothpaste here, but not in the water yet, or maybe. Yeah, you should find out, because we've had it in our water forever and ever. Buck Brown says, Sterling, I'll text you pics the kid's been sending me. Will Burner says, hopefully everything is okay, Buck. Yeah, whether we know them or not, like I'm gonna just I'm gonna request that you pray for everybody that's being affected by bad weather nowadays. This storm. I wouldn't want anyone to go through it. I'm not just trying to worry about myself. Buck Brown says, I'm still on this side. Oh, on this ride for my bride with friends right now, about 3 hours north of home. Okay. Are you seeing any weather? Buck says, thanks, Wheel Burner. Buck, I'm gonna wrench you. I just realized you didn't have a wrench. I appreciate your support, brother, very much. Did I get it? Yeah, we got it. Okay. RGB says be safe out there. Buck Brown says I can go live once you are done. Okay. Well, so I'm going to end it. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. I hope this was an interesting conversation to help you get down the road a little bit further. I appreciate you. And I love you for all your support and being encouraging, looking out for me. You guys, like so many guys look out for me. Like I can't tell you how much that means to me. Don't think I don't notice. It helps. It helps give you strength out here. So I love you, and hope you have a great day. And unless I come up with something else interesting to post before Sunday's coffee chat, I'll see you then. But if I see anything cool, I'll get it down. I am going to post a short of the clouds that I was running from to get here. So I did catch some scary cloud pictures. That'll be on a short this afternoon. I did post links below for you guys for discounts on Instacart. You can get up to $30 free groceries if you use my link. There is Butcherbox where I order my meat. It's grass-fed, grass-finished. Everything's grown the right way, the healthiest food for you to get for your truck. There's a coupon on that. There's also a link for Kachava, which is my super duper healthy meal replacement drink that I carry with me. I use it for when I'm on the road and I can't like cook and put some healthy food together. It's a super power, super food health drink. It's so yummy. I keep that on the truck for just such emergencies. There's a coupon for that. Super healthy stuff. And so that's all in the description of this video. And every video, I think I caught up, put it in every video. But yeah, use those. Good stuff for you. And as soon as we learn about this EPU situation, and as soon as we get the plug with Wheelburner for these freaking awesome wipes, and I am going to try to contact this company. Maybe I can get them to sponsor the channel. These are the best. More work trucks rolling in. These guys they must be local. Expanse Electrical Company. They're doing a U-turn here. So I think stuff's getting done and the roads are getting clear. These guys are probably getting done with stuff. So I'm going to take that as a good sign. I love you guys. God bless you. And we'll talk soon. Thank you for praying for me and everyone in the storm, Robert. Buck's going to go live. Jump on over there if you're still wanting a live to listen to. And he's got a lot going on right now, so I'm sure that's going to be interesting. So I'm headed over there after we do the potty break. He says, thanks, young lady, I, for one, appreciate you all. Yeah, God bless you, Buck. Our condolences are with you and your family. Of course, our prayers, and I hope everything doesn't turn into a crap show with this hurricane thing for you guys. All right, toodles, guys. Thank you.